Hey there, I'm Dr. Jim, and I'm on a writing and video filming binge, and I'm glad you're here. My topic today is something that I've talked about for decades: self care. But I'd like to share with you some tips and techniques. We're all busy, we're dealing with a lot of stress, the world is changing, and there's a lot going on out there that can really drag us down. So, particularly if you're a healthcare professional or a caregiver, this is meant specifically for you. For most healthcare professionals, the act of providing care and services to others is very fulfilling and rewarding. You're doing it for a purpose and a reason. The hard work, the long hours, the physical and emotional wear and tear, and the stress involved can really take their toll after an extended period of time. What makes you, the healthcare professional, so great, so wonderful, is your compassion to help others, but at the same time, sacrificing your own health and your own well being. And you know it. Healthcare professionals are so focused on caring for everybody else that they sometimes forget to take care of themselves. And that's what this video is about. So, what exactly is self care? The topic of self care, particularly for healthcare workers and caregivers, has received a lot more attention lately, especially with the negative effects of COVID-19 and all of the variants that are here, that might be coming, that probably will be coming. Despite a growing awareness that these professionals need to focus more on themselves, most barely have time to put in their shift and fulfill their obligations outside of the workplace and focus on taking care of themselves. So, the opposite of self-care is what? It's burnout. And we don't want to go there. Self-care is viewed as a fundamental component of professionalism. It is seen as an ethical obligation to take care of yourself. If you don't, who will? The opposite of self-care would be poor self-care, which would lead to poor clinical judgment, mistakes, and impaired decision making. None of this would benefit individuals that you're taking care of. It doesn't benefit you, it doesn't benefit them. A lack of self-care can also lead to burnout, which is a syndrome characterized by emotional exhaustion, decreased sense of personal accomplishment, and depersonalization. You no longer consider yourself a human, you just become an object. Why is self-care so important? Well-being, resilience, and being top of your profession are key components of providing high-quality care and services. While many professionals struggle, and I know it, to find time to engage in self-care, it should be at the top of your list. It should be or become a priority. Not only should the professional, him or herself, make self-care a matter of urgency, but the organization you work for needs to create more wellness, more awareness of healthcare wellness, and offer self-care opportunities and education to their staff. In other words, the organizational culture should be one that highly values self-care and well-being. Now, here are some tips and techniques. Healthcare professionals can learn to practice a number of methods and techniques to reduce stress and focus more on their wellness. And I'm talking about practical, everyday things that you can do. You don't need a master's degree or a PhD. You don't need to reinvent the wheel or be a rocket scientist to do these. These are just everyday practical things. Like, stay connected to healthy, like minded colleagues, friends, and family. Don't withdraw. Stay connected. Seek professional support when you need to, when times are very stressful or very challenging. Don't do it alone. We all need somebody sometime. Set realistic expectations. You're not Superman. You're not Superwoman. Sometimes I think I am, but reality smacks me in the face and I realize that I'm not. So set some realistic expectations and stick to them. Try to keep a positive outlook. It takes work to be positive. I do it every day. I do positive work, positive thinking, positive attitude about my life, about my work, my career, my family, the world, the country, life. Work at being more positive. Get good quality sleep and stay on a sleep schedule. Meet your basic health needs like nutrition and hydration. Take breaks when they're scheduled. Don't just say, yeah, I have a break coming up, but you know I can't do it. So if you have a 15-minute break and you can't do the entire 15 minutes, do half of your break. Do 5 minutes. Decompress a little bit. Communicate effectively and compassionately with your colleagues and others about work-related issues or some personal thoughts or feelings, emotions that you're experiencing. Stay updated, informed, and educated about changes that are taking place in healthcare. Engage in self-monitoring. You engage, and you look for signs and symptoms of your feelings, your thoughts of depression, anxiety, anger, frustration, hopelessness, helplessness. These are all quite normal. Another tip is to schedule self-care. If I don't do this, I'm old-fashioned. I write stuff down. Yeah, I have it in my phone, and I have it on my computer, and I have it everywhere. If I don't schedule things, including dates with my wife, it may not happen. We're super busy people, but we also have to be realistic. Schedule self-care. Healthcare professionals can schedule a day or a block of time to engage in self-care. If it's not on a schedule, it may not get done. Taking up new hobbies and activities can be relaxing, but you have to schedule them. Also, enjoyable things, decompressing activities are great ways to reduce stress and increase wellness. Okay? Self-talk, another tip. It might sound strange, but some people who engage in positive self-talk all day, all night, may find that they're working through their issues daily, hourly, and find relief at the end of the day because they've already worked through it. They've already talked their way through it, around it, within it, and they're taking care of business. They're taking care of themselves. They're using positive self-talk, and it's working. By the end of the day, they feel okay. It's time to go home. Routine exercise. I know we preach about this all day, all the time, and although healthcare professionals are usually on their feet all day long, some are behind a desk, it can be argued that you're really not engaging in exercise. You just might be moving around a lot. That being said, some routine workouts during the week, as well as getting outside and moving around, can be great ways to reduce stress and to take better care of the physical body. Other tips and techniques include getting massages, listening to music, embracing spirituality, caring for a pet. I have two, Buddy and Kitty. The minute I go home, I'm on the floor, I'm rolling around. Buddy, my dog, has a little jingle that he sings to me. He goes, yeah, he does. He goes and he gets toys and he brings them to me. Kitty curls up and flips and flops all over like a fish on the floor. I decompress immediately. Pets are very therapeutic for me. And they're not pets, they're family members. Final thoughts. Unfortunately, self-care is one of the first things that healthcare professionals sacrifice. This is a practice that cannot go on for long, as it might lead to burnout. There are many things that can be done to improve well-being and decrease stress. But self-care has to become a top priority for you. And when it does, healthcare professionals can truly be their best at work and live their best lives. I'm Dr. Jim. That's my take on self-care. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you so much for taking some time to watch the video. I appreciate it. And if you're a licensed healthcare professional who's looking for some great continuing education, we've got it. And we are always working on brand new, fresh content for you. So you can find the link to the website in the description and keep coming back for more information. I hope to see you soon.